Very little remains today of the once great monuments of ancient North America. More than 90% of the documented structures have completely disappeared, and of the small fraction that survives, most have been vandalized or destroyed. Everyone has heard of the Aztecs. Everyone knows of the Maya. But long before them, there was another culture, the Olmec. At the turn of the 19th to the 20th century, when curiosity and discovery were at their peak, explorers and scholars turned their attention to the ancient civilizations of Mesoamerica. In that era, these cultures were not just viewed as relics of the past, but as windows into a lost world. The story of human settlement in the Americas, it turns out, is far more complex than we once believed. European and American institutions, museums, universities, and research centers funded expeditions not merely to collect artifacts, but to study history, culture, and society. This period marked the transformation of archaeology from treasure hunting into a scientific discipline of careful excavation and analysis. The Olmec civilization, famous for its colossal stone heads and intricate structures, was one of the first to be uncovered. However, many of their artifacts were initially misattributed to the Maya or the Aztecs, simply because those cultures were better known. Early archaeologists struggled to differentiate between the distinct traditions of the region. Two men, John Lloyd Stephens and Frederick Catherwood, played key roles in igniting Western fascination with Mesoamerica. Their books and illustrations captured the public's imagination and set new standards for archaeological work, inspiring waves of interest and comparative studies that placed Mesoamerican discoveries in a global context. The colossal Olmec heads, first recognized in 1862 by José Melgar y Serrano, were initially treated as strange anomalies. Melgar even described the features as Ethiopian, reflecting the biases and limited knowledge of the time. For decades, these massive sculptures were not seen as evidence of a powerful culture, but as isolated curiosities. It was not until the mid-20th century, through the work of archaeologists like Matthew Stirling, that systematic excavations revealed the true significance of the Olmecs. At San Lorenzo, dating back to 1200 to 900 BCE, and later at La Venta, the picture became clearer. The Olmecs were the first major civilization of Mesoamerica, predating and influencing both the Maya and the Aztecs. San Lorenzo revealed monumental structures, jade figurines, pottery, and evidence of advanced urban planning. La Venta showcased the Great Pyramid, aligned with celestial bodies, along with altars, mosaics, and burial sites. These discoveries confirmed the Olmec's sophistication in architecture, astronomy, religion, and governance. But the Olmec legacy goes beyond their own cities. Many scholars suggest that their knowledge, particularly in astronomy and calendar systems, was passed down to later cultures, including the Maya. The Maya's famous long count calendar, capable of tracking a 5,125-year cycle with astonishing precision, may have been inherited from the Olmecs. Modern thinkers like Graham Hancock argue that this precision hints at knowledge far older still, perhaps inherited from a forgotten civilization wiped out by cataclysm around the end of the last ice age. He suggests that the Maya and others may have carried fragments of this legacy, passed down by survivors of a lost global maritime culture. In this interpretation, the similarities seen in ancient architecture, astronomy, and mathematics across different continents are not coincidences, but echoes of a shared past. Cataclysms such as floods and comet impacts may have erased most traces of this civilization, leaving only fragments preserved in the myths, calendars, and monuments of later cultures. The Olmecs, the Maya, and others may thus represent chapters in a much larger human story, one of resilience, rediscovery, and lost knowledge. Their monuments, calendars, and myths are not just remnants of vanished peoples but possible windows into an even deeper history of humanity, waiting to be fully uncovered. Their monuments, calendars, and myths are not just remnants of vanished peoples, but possible windows into an even deeper history of humanity, waiting to be fully uncovered.